These are concepts from family theory that you need to be mindful of. All right? Transitions are entries and exits. You get pregnant, that is an entry. Someone dies, that is an exit. Transitions. Member being incarcerated is an exit. Someone moving out, that is a transition. Someone getting married is a transition. Someone getting older is a transition. When you become 21, you are of a different category and capacity. Any form of transition is either an entry or an exit. Entry to a new age, new role, new responsibility, right? Entries and exits cause problems or cause disruptions to the family's way of being. Meaning, we have this term called homeostasis. Homeostasis is a term, stasis. It means just making sure, or rather having the family or any system stable, always being the same as it is. When you have an entry or an exit, this homeostatic balance, this family becomes disrupted. Good example, your family has a new daughter-in-law or son-in-law. It will change the dynamics. All right? Or a member dies or a member goes into prison, it changes the dynamics. It affects the homeostatic system. What families need to do is not always maintain the same, it must always adapt and change. Adapt, change, stay for a while, change, adapt, change, always must do that. Some families, what happens, they get stuck in the rut. They just go round and round and round. Remember that guy, 12 years, in and out, or 12 times, sorry. They are stuck in the rut. It is not moving anywhere. Family violence, stuck in the rut. Abuse, honeymoon, abuse, honeymoon. Honeymoon, you know what's honeymoon? Husband can't say, sorry lah dear, you know, it was actually your fault. You should have cooked properly for me. Who asked you to cook for me? Sardine, you know I don't like sardine. Same thing, over and over again. Stuck in the rut. It is a negative homeostasis, not a positive homeostasis. Right? All families are like that. All of us don't want to change. But what did I put as a principle of one of the helpers' principle? Change is inevitable. It has to happen. You cannot just stay as it is. Some members, when a person is incarcerated, the family tries to stay the same. Cannot. You have to shift. That's where your group says some children become parentified. Role reversal. That is not a good change. That has to move. Yes?
The adaptation is the adaptation to the change, or the change is towards something that is totally new?
It is both. It's adapting to the change, but it must move to something that is new for the family. It cannot be going back to something else.
But when the husband returns,
it has to be a new adaptation as well. Because when the husband returns, certain things must change. The wife has to communicate with him in a different manner so as to ensure that the old patterns don't get repeated. It has to. So you're right. It is adaptation to the change and adaptation to something new. As I told you, the family cannot stay at this status. It has to stay homeostatic for a while, change, adapt, stay like that, change, adapt, stay like that, change, adapt. Moving on. Because life is such. Your kid is 5 years old now. By the time your husband comes back, the kid is going to be 10 years old. You can't expect the father to parent him as he was in 5 years old. Yeah.
So our role would essentially be helping them to adapt to this change, is it?
Your role is very unique. You come in at the point when they are stuck here, the transition, this point, and you will link them up with resources to help them through this adaptation period. And you may not follow through because you may hand it over to someone else. So your role is unique because it's short-term accidents and emergency work, A&E work. You are the specialist to go in, do the A&E work, and then leaving it to the surgeons or the nurses to do the aftercare. What you do is you form the linkage so that they can have that resource. What's happening is that I was mapping out just now as Andy was speaking this morning. We have the formal systems of health. We have the family systems of health, right? Something happens, the family can come around and help the individual or the family. We have the formal system, prison comes in, MCYS, family service centers comes in, all that. What's missing is the community level. And what literature says, the most effective kind of help is at these two levels. It's at these two levels. Okay. It's at these two levels, not here. This is the most effective way of helping. Informal help is far more effective than formal help. That is the research. The research shows that if one of the things about informal help, where at the community level, if your clients, okay, are linked up to give service to other people, if your clients, if they are socially isolated, you get them to go and do some community service, volunteer and something else. The act of giving enhances their self-esteem. The act of giving to other people and lets them know that they can be of value to society. It's been found to be one of the most effective ways of getting families out of the rut, because they are doing something different. They are not always receiving, they are also starting to give. That is what's lacking here. Singapore, we are very good in the formal. We've set out so many things. This is the part y'all are coming in. This is the part I'm starting to realize we cannot, even an FSC is slightly above at the formal level also. I must come down to this community level, go and sit with my clients in the rental flat, organize tea time parties for them, talk to them, as if I'm not your caseworker, but a friend in the community. That is what we should be doing. But I'm only available 9 to 6. Any emergency, go and see police or hospital. 9 to 6, I'm available. That is the difference. This is the part where y'all are coming in to add to that gap, that's missing gap. That's how I see it. Yeah. Right, so does that help you? But what you say is right. We must help them to adapt to this. You are just a fellow, your journey is a very short journey. You're a tour guide for a short while. You just lead them to the right resources and say, please get down here, this is where you need to stop. I won't see you from now on. Because their role is not supposed to be extended, right?
Not very deep.
Because
it's on how, whether they present themselves at the FPS or not. But you can follow up with them, but not deep work. Some constituencies, like I said, once a month phone call, that kind of thing. It's not really, they don't really go and sit for hours with the family every month.
What I can suggest is, since this is a new program, it's still perhaps forming in its what you can do is link up with the agencies which are supposed to do more long-term work, maybe the FSCs. If you are the COP, link up with them. So it's a transition. From you, it goes to the FSC, and then from here, it goes back to the family again. Because the FSC is to ensure they go back to independence. Cardinal rule in helping, make sure they never come back and see you again.